to this video. So you are finally deciding to install OpenClaw, but you don't know, you're not very sure of what particular OS you have to use. You have an option of Mac Mini or Mac OS, sorry about that, or the famous Linux, Windows, and Windows on WSL2. So at least in this video, you gonna, whatever your case may be, you will be able to choose the right path. So let's go. So there's a highlight here, but we will go further. I'm not gonna read it now. We have some other slides to do. Okay, so we have Linux. This is a Linux option, so you need to have maybe Ubuntu, and you're gonna install there, or sometimes if you rent VPS from Hostinger, it should be Linux on Docker. So here the strongest fit is for always on gateway deployments. So if you are using OpenClaw and you leave it operating for 24/7, this is the best option. You install it in VPS or hosted in VPS or home lab or remote server setups. So Linux is your best path. If you are using Windows but you want to use OpenClaw or install OpenClaw in a Linux environment, you can use WSL2 option for Windows. So you have to install, make sure that your Windows is supporting WSL2. So because if you have Windows, you cannot get away with this in a single machine, and you want to also have experience of Linux, then this is your path. So the trade-off is more setup. So because you're gonna install WSL2 and then Ubuntu and then OpenClaw. For Mac Mini and Mac OS, if you are in Apple environment, most of the time, then this is your path. It supported iMessage, Blue Bubbles. The trade-off is more permission and higher always on costs. Yeah. So for Windows, if you want native Windows, you have we can use PowerShell as an installation, and it's equivalent of Linux operations, but in PowerShell CLI. The trade-off is not prepared for full feature path. So maybe 98% of the Linux capability can be done in Windows. So this is in here. This is a summary. Linux for reliability, unattended operation, always on. Windows and WSL2 remain in host OS, but you want the recommended path. But for macOS, it's Apple native integration. For Windows PowerShell, only in Windows. So you don't if you have a requirement pure Windows, then and there's so much dependency in Windows, then choose this. So I have put it in tabular form. So basically it's the same, but here is for Apple. Usually, I mentioned it, the bubbles, Blue Bubbles, iMessage. For Linux, you can mostly use the VPS. It is operating in Linux, Hostinger and others, including Alibaba Cloud, AWS. They have Linux environment for to operate or to host OpenClaw. So users with for Windows PowerShell, users who specifically want native Windows. Okay, and how to choose. This is more likely the same but a different presentation. And this is the scenario. Okay, always on. Yeah, same. So I just put it to a different presentation. Overall ranking for most users. Most user, if we rank it, most users are using Linux, and then the next are WSL2, and some are, but a lot of people also is in using Mac Mini or macOS, and there are lesser people who's using OpenClaw in pure Windows. So maybe if there's a specific integration. That's it. Thank you.